All right, so guys, let's begin. So, last lecture we talked about what is file reader and writer, correct? Now we are going to look at the concept of buffered reader. Buffered reader. Now, what is this buffered reader used for? See, file reader class has performance issues when you are reading big files. When the file has a lot of data, reading that data from the file, you will notice performance will get deteriorated. So to overcome this problem, what they did, they came up with another class that's called as buffered reader class. The name it is a buffered, which means it's going to read the content of the file from the buffered memory. The buffered memory, when you're reading the content, you will see that the performance is going to be better. So all they wanted is now, whatever file reader can do, we should do the same things with buffered reader. But what we will see here is better performance. This is advantage number one. Let's see this here, one quick example, and we'll try to understand this. So we have already seen here the buffered, okay, we've already seen here the file reader. Am I right? So we are going to create here now a class C, and we will now do file reading with buffered reader. How? So I'll go here to the place where the file we have created, and here, okay. So I'm going to keep here now the content like line 1, line 1. Let's write here line 2. Let's write here line 3. Save it. Okay. Now I want to read this file content. So what I'm going to do is now I'll use file reader. fr is equal to new file reader. Let's give the file path. What's the file path, guys? G colon double slash n double slash t3 dot txt. And this is going to give us what? It's going to give us an exception which is of the type checked. Done. I'll keep here exception class so that it can handle any exception. Fine. Whether it is compile time, run time, any exception of its child classes it can handle. Okay. The next thing, when I use buffered reader, okay, one thing you need to understand, the buffered reader class that you are using it now, you cannot use this class directly on this file. You cannot do this, right? This will give you an error. Okay. You cannot directly go to that file and read the content of the file. If you are using buffered reader, you need to keep it in mind. Buffered reader is applied on file reader. You cannot directly use only buffered reader and read the file content. The buffered reader concept is the file reader performance to improve. So when I write here file reader, this will improve the file reading performance. Are you understanding now? So now what you will do, buffered reader BR is equal to new buffered reader file reader. So now, because buffered reader is applied on a file reader, now with the help of buffered reader, when you do read operation, the read operation will happen with a better performance. Okay. So all that we did in order to read the data using file reader, I can also use the same methods and perform what? Okay, buffered reader read. I'm not using file reader read. I'm using buffered reader read. Is it working? Yes. Now see here. I also have here an option of creating a character array. ch is equal to new character array. Let's give the size as 5, size as 4. Terminate this and let's type fr dot no br dot read. So which object reference I'm taking to read? buffered reader or file reader, which is BR here, pointing to which object BR is pointing to, which object BR is pointing to, buffered reader. Buffered reader is applied on which object? File reader. Are you understanding now? Now let's try to print this. We can use a for each. Can I use a for each here? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. So can I use here for each? I colon ch and change this one to what, guys? Char. And let us now print here SYSOI. Right click, run as Java application, and there you go. I hope this is clear. But apart from all of these things, whatever your file reader can do now, buffered reader can do, but with a better file reading performance. But now buffered reader has one more exclusive method called as read line method. In file reader, I can read the content only character by character. If I write on line, then file reader will read as LINE. It will read that line character by character, which means loop is going to run how many times? 4 times. But in buffered reader, I have a method here called as br.readLine. This is an exclusive method given in buffered reader, and this can read the complete line in one shot. Is this clear now? So what is the second thing we observed here now? The second thing that we observed here is, okay, new line method. Okay. So what this can do? Can read complete line data at once. Make sense? Everyone, did you understand now? Yes, no? Please write down that. Make a note of it. Done? Please write down the program. Make a note of this. Is it done? Now, let us move ahead further. And we are going to now look at the next one, which is called as buffered writer. What is the next one called as? So, thing here is now, buffered writer again, purpose is to improve file writing performance. Point number one. Point number two, sorry, here this should have been read line. I did a mistake here, right? Read line. You have written down new line. No, you wrote it properly. Very good. So this should have been read line. New line comes here. Did you understand now? In buffered writer, it's new line method can read complete line data. This was create, but here, okay, this is for new line, right? We'll not use slash n. When you want to write the content to a different line, we will use new line. But read line is used for reading complete line of data. So one small mistake I did not observe that. Okay, so I just was thinking something, type something else. Okay, anyways, let's continue. Now, instead of file reader, I'll change this to file writer. Let's copy, paste this here. And then let's delete this. Now here, instead of buffered reader, we will change this to buffered writer. Fine, done. Variable name, I'll change this to FW. I'll change this to FW. Change this to BW. Fine. Let's add here one D and done. You cannot directly write the content into the file using buffered writer. If you're using buffered writer, apply on file writer. Okay. If I directly try to write it in the file using buffered writer, it will not work. Now, when you're using buffered writer, we can use all that write method that we saw earlier. 97, then buffered writer dot write. I can write here a string value. Let's write here hello. Then after buffered writer dot write, I can write here a value by storing it into a character array. I can create a character array and then I can store the char values in it. I can store some char values in it. Fine. And I can give here X. And then close your buffered writer. Then close your file writer so that the content will be saved. Remove unwanted input, place the cursor, press Ctrl D. Okay, save the file, Ctrl S. And then run this. Let's go to this file. Directly go to this file. Windows R, shortcut, type G colon slash N slash t3.txt. Directly that file will open up. Is this clear, everyone? Yeah. But now I can do the file writing. But one more advantage of buffered writer is you can use here new line. You can use here new line like this. BW dot new line. BW dot new line. And now see the whole content. Windows R, type the path. The content is in new line. Did you all get this now? Everyone clear with this part? Yes? Yes, no? Okay, good. So make a note of it now. Write this down quickly. Done. Write down quickly. Done, guys. Done. So today we'll stop a little early. Okay. Practice this much. We'll see serialization, deserialization tomorrow. Is this clear, everyone? Soon I'm going to start Linux classes, right? Should be somewhere in the coming week. I'll give you the exact date and time. So we'll go with Linux and Java parallelly now. Okay? All of you. It'll happen in parallel. That's it, guys. We'll wind up here today. We'll meet up tomorrow. We'll continue from here further tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, sir. Tomorrow is alumni meet. Alumni meet number for you it is fifth one. Okay? Fifth one. Which means you have seen near about 45-50 people at least in the alumni meet. All will not come in alumni meet. Okay? Lot of people will not immediately turn up. So whoever is interested will join us. Is this clear? But that will give you a lot of confidence. All right. Bye, guys.